Hey guys, SpitefireH2O here for a little tutorial. Now, the reason why I'm making a tutorial on LightWorks is because I've made small tutorials about certain things that people might need, but I never actually did a full-on tutorial over LightWorks. So I'm going to start making this as a mini-series and such, and I'm going to basically... For this first part, I'm going to do the basics, like the bare basics of making like a edit or whatever. So when you get into LightWorks and you sign in and everything, have a little username, password thing, you'll come up with the projects browser window. Here, I have a lot of projects, but still, it'll be empty. You'll have this create new project. You enter a name for your project. You can either select the frames per second or select auto. It'll auto detect it when you import clips. For the sake of this, I'm going to name it tut. And you can double click it and it'll open up. Now, this screen right here, it'll be set to your default video library. Me, I have it set differently to where I keep all my videos. So to import, you just click and hit import if you want to import multiple clips. If they're in a line, you can hold shift like so. Or if say it's like one's right here and one's right here, you can hold control and click. And then you can import those two by themselves. And that's basically how you import. Now to edit, you go over here to the toolbox here. It's this symbol right here. You can create an edit like so. Now to actually get the videos into the edit, you can either drag and drop, like so, or if you want to just get certain parts in it, you can double click the video file. Say you want this part, make an in mark, which is the left one, go to the right one, make an out mark, and select insert into target edit. That's one way of editing. It'll insert just that little part and such, as you see. Alright, those are the two ways you can import clips into your edit. But once you get the clips into your edit, But once you get your clips into the edit, oh, that's actually interesting. Really interesting. I didn't know that, but anyway, once you get your clips into the edit, you can either... There are two ways to cut them up. You can move to the spot that you want. You can click this button right here and click this button right there, and there you made a cut. You can either, from there on, you can select here, delete it, which will delete the little area in between and close the gap, or remove, which will leave a gap. So now that you know how to do that, you can, if you want to add more tracks to this, you go over to like where it says like this V1 right here, right click, select add tracks. You can add multiple tracks here. You can add video or audio and the number of tracks you want and the position of the tracks. What else can you do? Should I go over for the basics? If you want to add effects, there are two ways. You can right click, go to effects, add, and select your effects from here. Or you can go down here and click on effects, which it shows you a little preview of the effects that you can use. So like double click this, now it's in grayscale. You can like change the colors if you want. But I will go over all the most of the effects in a later video. For right now, like I said, this is just what's it called? This is just a quick preview. It's rather interesting, actually. I never use a lot of these effects. So, say you like... Oh yeah, I didn't go over the other way to cut things up. You can use that, or you can use the shortcut on your keyboard is C. So you can hit C wherever you want. And now say that you finish your video and you want to export it. If you just go over here and click export by itself, it will export all this as well as this black space at the very end, which is just darkness. So there are two ways you could do this. One way is a lot more simple than the other way. For this way, you'd go over here until this is like a U shape. Click this and then drag it back till it snaps into place. Or you can export it by going to the very end, marking it out, going to wherever you want to have it start, like from the very beginning, from like right here, it doesn't really matter, wherever you want it to, and click create an end mark at the current position. Then you go over to import, or export, sorry, select your settings. Now, this part right here will not be marked. You have to mark it, and it will only export this targeted selection, not everything else. That's also how you make like short little video clips of such. And you name it and hit start, and it'll render it out for you in whatever settings you set up. Or say that you want to delete a certain clip or whatever. You can use this to select it, like mark it in and out, and click delete. It will delete between those two lines, those two markers and everything. So that's pretty much the basics of LightWorks. You know, importing files, cutting them up, exporting, adding effects as you wish, adding new tracks and such. I will go in more in depth as I move on and such. Like for right now, this is just a basic tutorial, so that way you guys can get the gist of it. And if you have any questions, be sure to comment below, and I will answer them the best I can, or I'll make a video for it. Because I understand that learning and editing software is a bit tedious, so it's nice to have some help. But yeah, I will try to answer any questions that are left in the comments, or if it's too complex to answer in a comment, I'll make a video about it. But this will be an ongoing series as I show more advanced stuff with LightWorks. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe. If not, thank you anyway for watching. It means the world that you guys did. But I will see you guys in the next video, whatever I make. Bye, guys.